Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Onward, Buttercup. There's flowers afoot.
There's... I'm not gonna lie, I do love the,
All forces move out, let's go.
the little bot that, the little line of code that scripts out all the cuss words and instead changes them to silly little things like that, but... it's always the best. Anyway, Jay, thanks for the Tier 1 resub at 5 months. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of, this operation here. So, anyway, guys, sorry I had my mic muted because I was eating breakfast, and, I get a bunch of people that yell at me because I'm hungry, and apparently, I'm not allowed to eat food while I stream. Which, you know, okay. But, me so hungry, man. I just want some breakfast. But no one lets me eat my breakfast. But whatever. Wee Woo here. Project 11 Phase 10. Tempestal is trying to sneak around, hit some spots on the southern side, loop around, take out the headquarters. So, in order to do that, he is
go for it.
gonna basically ride around the right side. And what this means for the campaign is it's going to prevent the, basically any coordination of the Titanian forces for the rest of this campaign, meaning UF are going to pretty much take over these positions, next week and put pressure on that resource field, but it's not going to be taken. And, any Titanian forces left are going to simply be a buffer zone. Also, you see a faded little blue exclamation point up there. That's Phase 2 of the mission that started up in the castle. That, they even marked the Valley of Death where Charlie and the Armor guys got ambushed last week. I love it. But, basically, compared to last week where they lost a tank, their Mi-26, due to them plowing it in the ground, and a few other things, they basically, for this week, just bought back a repair vehicle, bought back the Mi-26, bought some extra crew and pilot slots. They didn't really buy anything new, but upgrade-wise, they did get a few upgrades. I think BMDs and gun trucks just to advance the tiers, because they have discounts on a lot of stuff going in. So... we'll see how things go. Blue 4, actually I won't talk about Blue 4 today. They did do a few upgrades, but since Blue 4 isn't going to be seen today,
Solid copy, Alpha.
we won't talk about what they upgraded. But the difference between Blue 4 and Titanians when it came to upgrading was Titanians, I actually made a pool of things to upgrade from directly. Or at least for, again, for the Titanians, I made a pool of stuff, I did dice rolls, and based on those dice rolls, I upgraded stuff. Blue 4, I will outright pick what to upgrade.
Get some eyes, get some recon.
That way, you know, since I noticed they were being very heavy with their vehicles, I upgraded their single-shot AT sticks, for example. And a few other things, but I'm not going to spoil them.
Make sure you call in tanks.
Now, let's go ahead.
Whatever, so they can shoot shit up for you. Okay?
Set our global skill here, 90, 35, 50, 50. That's my favorite for general skill, accuracy, weapon handling, and spotting, respectively. Yeah, but Blue 4, again, they're meant to be the other powerhouse that, as everything in the south has been taken by the Red 4 faction, Blue 4 has been taking everything to the north.
Solid. What do you see in there?
So these purple areas, I'm not going to spoil anything, but they're meant to be contested, so this happened. But the Titanians still have this one. Oh, I might have just spoiled that one, but that's okay.
Tank, BMP, remain standby until we can see what's there.
Yep. Now for report, we have infantry patrols on the road, southwest of the resource field.
So again, what Blue 4 is probably going to do by next week is they're going to take this section, and they're going to really be defensive trying to find what's up here. As I explained in last week's session, and then after they find out that, you know, that got oofed, then they're going to really mess with Red 4. Hadav is over here. So, Hadav is also on the multi-twitch today, so if you want to see what looks like a squad leader perspective today, feel free to. I know Bad Wolf is also part of that multi-twitch. I don't know what role he is playing today, though.
Solid copy. By the looks of it, there are no heavy assets here, so...
Also, it's kind of funny because I just saw Sirius. Sirius is he's
Yeah,
one of
make
the other
sure
major
that we don't
Zeuses in
have
the
any heavier
700th. I do
assets
love
in
how he is
here,
enjoying
then
himself in
proceed
my
to move
ops in
in and
TSB. And I
assault
also
the
know
objective when you
Ironbeard is
see
somewhere
fit.
around. Here's a T0, but I let him in because
Copy that.
I've seen him in a few of my ops before in this community, so I know he's competent. But today's op is technically meant to be, T1s and above. But that's because, again, there's like a 50-plus page document that goes with it. And the remaining guys here are all tier 2. Titanians could not get higher than tier 2 stuff for balance sake, but yeah, they've got Galils, and we saw that M79. They got this
113
Carl
spotted
Gustav
in the
here,
compound ahead.
and that's Sexy PKM.
Repeat location.
It's
Oh
inside
yeah,
the
Ironbeard
compound
looks like
next
he's
to the
upstairs and
oil
he's still
rig.
trying to get in.
Copy that. Alpha has eyes on 113. We're holding.
Oh yeah, and then today's videos that are uploaded on the main channel, there's no ads on them. I'm just gonna consider that a gift because YouTube oofed, and I really don't know how to explain anything more than that. So, hooray! I don't know. Not like I make anything on YouTube or Twitch these days anyway, compared to what I used to, and then YouTube Adpocalypse extended, killed everything, and then the 1-month Twitch ban due to... it's not even worth talking about.
Alpha's currently holding. We're looking at the 113, seeing if we can take out the gunner. We can't see the armor.
Yeah, so you still saw one of those AT guys with a PTRS. They can easily tear this thing apart.
Around there.
Copy that. Alpha's got RPGs and RPG 26s.
I mean, would this guy see anything? I don't think so. They've
Additionally,
actually
they're killed by PTRS, so
stayed
use
back
them
pretty well. So.
non-discriminately.
Oh yeah. No, Barbarian. My
trying to get a shot
favorite
on the
thing
whole
about
113.
the YouTube marking stuff for kids
Copy, got it
is
lined up.
Google, not Google. Look up a video on YouTube called
If all infantry
Ferrets.
squads are in position,
And it's this
commence
little
assault.
animation by the same guys that made Charlie the Unicorn. And that video is marked for kids. And it makes me laugh every time. Yeah, Ferrets is marked for kids. And to give it a little TLDR, it's basically one ferret trying to cheer up another ferret with a song. But it's very graphic towards the end. I mean, they outright say the Holocaust is a lie, and that's apparently kid-friendly to make that claim. So, I don't know. Oh, Don, right. I forgot about your ferrets.
Command to all squads. What's the holdup?
Oh, yeah, Mox, delete the VOD, yeah. If you have the perms for it, apparently now Twitch has a perm system I have to figure out. Because, Twitch loves updating stuff and then saying, yeah, hey, have fun figuring this out. And I'm like, oh, okay, guess I'll go screw myself.
We're keeping them in cover.
Solid copy.
Oh, I know what Happy Tree Friends is, and I'm not gonna lie, I would not be surprised if that got marked for kids.
Alpha, it seems that the 113 is behind the pipe.
Heck, I remember
a
Netflix meme where someone in the horror section found an image for like a little snippet for Happy Tree Friends, and they're like, hey, I think Netflix glitched out, they put this in the horror section, and then the top comment was no, they're correct, it's supposed to be there. Oop, shooting started.
Gunner down.
Alright, so I'm going to try to drag this thing back. I believe I cut his fuel because I wanted him to stay in that position. Wow, we got shot out of it. Alright, so yeah, PTRS went off and hit me a bit. So I'm gonna have this team try to come around, but I don't really have, the Titanians don't really have any QRF to send. I've got 2 roaming Vics that can, but I don't think I'm in range to really send anything, mind you. I mean, I could try to send you.
Start moving up to the resource field now.
But will his AI actually let him is anyone's guess. And those Vics are a bit tough to, like, copy-paste, so see how things go. Meanwhile, VCOM squad doing its best to get up on this hill. They've got no cover, though, so they're doing their best here. M79 shooting a few rounds. And cause an explosion to go off on these guys' left. But these guys are entrenched and in cover, but these guys got a pretty nasty battle line going, or at least they did. They're starting to take heavy casualties. Definitely spraying things down.
Alpha taking control of the western flank for the south.
Yeah, so Arcalis, he got mag dumped right there, and Druza being offensive, turning on his lag switch to prevent himself from getting killed, because let's be honest.
All forces.
That's there.
Keep pushing towards.
Yep, so you see a few guys got shot by those sprays of fire.
Alpha copies. Try to copy.
And that Vic is now coming in to adjust. And that one last guy is down. So, you're seeing a lot of grenades getting thrown here by Calum. Good call there. Going prone and using explosives to spray things off. Meanwhile, another squad flanking around on the left to come and help encircle. But at this point, the firefight is done because these guys didn't have any cover up here. It is a shame they were caught out of position. That's a bit of an issue on my end. When the shooting should have started, I should have... they were probably over here, and I should have sent them around, but I was too busy somewhere else. But that's okay.
Tank, you're free to move up into the compound. Infantry squads, make sure you provide ample security for our vehicles.
There are still no point options. I don't even know what that means.
Thanks, moving up.
These guys are right off the bat combat looting.
Northeast on the ridge line. Seeing any Europe's gonna
For
come.
what I don't know why he went up to that M79 guy specifically. I know these kits do have elastic bandages, and they like to take those, especially if they got hit a few times, but... I don't know. I mean, they have automatic weapons now, so there's no reason for them to take Galils, but it looks like they're still going to. Cack.
Ground this is Alpha.
Send it.
How are we going to do this? Are we going to pull back into our vehicles, or are we just going to bring them here and mount up?
So when that Vic gets there, I am going to dismount a squad.
Stay firm, hold for
and
5
I'm going to
minutes.
start garrisoning another squad
in.
in.
After that, you can send... each squad can send a guy to pick up the Vics. They're not too far.
Alpha, good copy.
But as far as this faction's concerned, they know their days are numbered, so they're just kind of trying to slug it out till the bitter end. Nope. What's nice about having everything as a single type of squad here is that it makes things a bit easier. I don't have to juggle, you know, tier 0 squads, tier 1 squads. And of course, when I use tier 1 and 2 in that sense, I mean the upgrade
Command,
system
Charlie.
in here, it's independent of the other
can you do me
system
a favor?
I have.
Move some 400 meters to the east to the hill 36 and try to get me eyes on the circled area. I'll copy.
Good copy, we'll
So
move
I
there
believe
now.
they're talking about this position. I am going to put a second squad down in here and basically set these guys to
Transport
combat. Burn all the points. Yeah. I'm not really into being a Twitch thought or whatever. Now, if I was a chick, that would be a different story. I would totally splurge on that stuff, but as a taken man wearing nothing but a green robe and underwear right now,
Charlie,
Do you already have people moving back?
All
to the
I
front?
really care about is the Zeus stuff here.
We're still holding. Are we moving out?
Oh, by the way,
All
we did
forces,
do an unboxing. We shot the footage
this
for
is
some unboxing stuff
uncharacteristic,
last
so
night.
yeah,
We also
start
made a little
sending
video about canned
one
bread
guy
stuff.
towards the dismount to pick up your vehicles. We'll be moving out soon.
I've been working on a
Advise,
script on how to do convoy ambushes as a Zeus for the
Bravo's gonna move
past
out with an
week.
entire squad to move all squads
So
trucks
that'll
back.
be
We're
finished
done
today,
all that.
and then I'll start shooting for it
Sorry,
this
that
week.
judges everyone sends a
But
guy,
now that
okay, you can do
school's
that.
wrapping up, I can
Break
finally start
ground,
working on
the
Zeus
reinsert
Encyclopedia that
I'll
I've
jump
claimed that I'm
land
always
next to
going to keep
dismount.
working on, you know?
Sorry, copy.
And what else?
Alpha copy.
And Zeus Liru Shenanigans had an upload yesterday, so if you like that sort of memey stuff, feel free. And we got the next video for the next 2 weeks already set up, so yay, you know? So I'm gonna put these guys in here to try to make an ambush per se. Now I have to find a place to kind of hide him. I'm thinking, behind this building that cuts off the view of that, and I want him to garrison, which means he won't move. But the whole point, and I'm going to need some sort of spotter. So I'm going to set him up right here, and that way he's going to be able to time it for me. If I get him behind this rock and have him look in that direction, he'll be able to say when the convoy... Actually, honestly, prone behind that rock might be even better. You don't know how to run out of that second. Okay, well, that's just great. Now, those guys are still maintaining defensive right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going
Command to all infantry forces, be advised. I got a report from my JTAC that air assets are getting pinged somewhere from the west of us. Marked on the map as a weak radar ping.
That would be the Gepard in the AO.
Work, at least somewhat. We're going to be changing plans and pushing to the western resource depot. How copy?
Alpha copies. Charlie copies.
Go prone, forehead.
Bravo.
So that'll let me hit that area. They're getting a weak radar
everyone
ping here.
Load up. Same order.
Huh. I thought that meant they were, Is the Gepard tracking? I mean, its radar's on, but it's not tracking anything specific. Interesting. I guess the radar ping might be the armed KPTV, but I don't know.
Charge ground.
What was this thing called? SKOT, whatever. Fucking can't get everything right.
Send it.
Do you want us to load up?
Ah, damn, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Stay on the hill for now.
Load up, load up, load up.
Guess something weird with your connection, man, but I...
Alpha's loaded.
Not much
we'll
I
wait
can
for
do
everyone
about
else to
that
get
one.
ready, or we're just heading out.
Yeah, this is about a 40-person operation. A little under. We're at 37. That's enough for an Alpha Bravo Charlie command and support assets, which is always nice. But yeah, let's give them an F in chat. Why not?
Yet another change.
Do you going to make trap for the players? I try to make ambushes and traps where I can. I try not to use mines or artillery because it's a bit nasty, but
going to be original.
I'll use minefields more than mortars.
Got it, copied.
But it also depends on the situation.
Tonk.
Internet just hates Australians today. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Bloodwind finally woke up. Her and I went swimming yesterday, and we got sunburned, so everything hurts
All
right now.
forces, be advised, you reference your maps for plan of movement. We're gonna be dismounting on the left side of that resource field behind the hill and trying to do
Scorcher,
again
cluster
what
mines,
we did.
flashbacks. Yeah, what if we combine the artillery and the minefields together?
Charlie copies.
Funny, Barbarian, funny.
Charlie, are you mounted?
I mean, you're the one that sends her hentai.
All forces move
Freaking
out
goober.
as soon as you can.
Alpha rolling.
Oh, this is actually...
We'll be
They're
right
gonna
back, guys.
bypass the airport! Oh, that's funny.
This, Alpha, how do you want to do it if we
This
get
just
into
means
contact on the way?
this
Do we
guy's
just
radio
fight the
man's gonna
dismount and
call
engage?
in, and these guys are gonna run
Well, given
over.
that it's all open ground, you might as
Oh,
well,
that's based.
punch it and let our assets deal with any stragglers on the side.
Bridge of Death.
Yep, copy.
They're gonna go around the bridge too. Love this game.
Front truck.
This guy's gonna hear vehicle noise. He's gonna go, all right, guys, get ready to hold the bridge, and he's gonna hear him to the north. And all I imagine is the meme where it's the black guy going, "Am I a joke to you?"
The area. How copy?
Alpha copies.
No, my state.
Be advised, what
I
if,
hope
this
Virginia's
month,
still
the
in
full
quarantine,
version
'cause
of
otherwise
that
we're gonna
go on
be.
the site that is on the bridge, so we don't need to cross it itself and just move north and then on foot.
I'm worried about the slope of that hill to the north, but if you think we can do it, we'll go.
Can't copy. Bravo's gonna move then north from there.
Alpha random. It seems to be a Fuchs. Hit Alpha pretty hard.
So yeah, hearing that vehicle coming, obviously ambush is misdone here. AT just went in, hit this vehicle.
Bravo Charlie, dismount as soon as it's safe and assist. Coordinate with armor assets if needed.
Okay, point blank shot. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss that one.
Any further contact with this team?
So with Ace, the Ace update, like post-January one, I can actually do that stuff, and most guys are gonna survive. This guy's AFK, but you know, like one or two guys will go down. That's more of a transport truck. I know they can bring that back up pretty quick.
Most of my guys are down. We're just building buildings, defending ourselves.
Karn just got shot to heck. We got this guy defend himself with an Uzi. Well, granted, they didn't know that this ambush was here because they're not having air fly in and recon their route, so they're going in blind. So if they lead with transport trucks filled with infantry, yeah, it's gonna get messy. This guy's totally AFK. Now watch this. If I tell this guy to search this building here. No one pulling security on the door. I love doing that to players. If no one's pulling security, you just tell the AI to search the building, and that's all you need.
Infantry squads, who lost their truck?
I will be starting. Alpha left the truck.
Oh, we lost
So
two trucks?
really, they didn't need to. They only lost one truck. The other truck's kind of.
DMT has 19.
They need multiple wheels, but
Hit west. Alpha's being engaged by.
one of the
infantry from
things,
north.
not just TSB lacks, but I would say most communities lack, minus the 700, because I've seen the 700 do it properly a lot, is have an asset via air or a recon Vic just scout the route ahead of you.
Charlie, this is
Because
Alpha.
now
What
that the
is your current
Titanians are
location?
kind of stuck in one area here, and they've got a little bit of holdouts
Vegas?
over here, they're going to get a
What is
lot
your
more
current
desperate with their
location from
ambushes and
burning
guerrilla
vehicles?
warfare style tactics. So that's going to allow me to basically set up to do
We're
these
right
types
next
of
to the,
hits.
building
Even though
right in front of
originally
us.
this was planned to be this Vic pulls out, cuts off the lead Vic, and infantry swarms
that.
out,
Can
this
you
ended up being
Just
something
north, we still have
completely
infantry
different.
contacts in the buildings and courtyard.
And now people are going to quickly... There's Bad Wolf, he's a auto rifleman for a different squad, but makes it a lot easier to get the ambushes done. Now, normally I wouldn't aim for an infantry truck with AT. However, at that point, this AI would take the shot point blank, because if he didn't, he's dumb. But I was going to try to detrack one of the other Vics. And it looks like we do have KIA here from the truck.
Alpha position marked on
But the
map,
trick
we need
about
medical help.
ambushes, guys, is you generally don't want to blow up any Vics that the player base have, because then they lose the
Bravo,
Vic and they get,
Charlie,
you know,
paramedic if you can.
ruins their experience a bit.
Bit like Charlie Medic is pretty busy.
I
at the
took a
moment.
gamble here with that truck simply because it was right
Charlie,
there,
copy,
but,
advised platoon
you know, I was
medic
trying to
is
aim
currently on the way
for the
bringing in,
BMP or the
enemy truck
T-55 to
be used
detrack.
for transport. So it's going to be a little while. Stabilize who you can.
But you generally want to just damage vehicles and slow them down more than anything. But this was an ambush enough. Because another thing about ambushes is, I mean, just look at all the casualties around. I mean, we got, you know, 2 over here, 2 over there. 1 just died. Might be another guy wounded in that truck right there. All out of 8 dudes in a vehicle. Ground. This is high. Do you copy?
This is ground. Go ahead.
Roger. Be advised, we will have reinserts at the fob for you to ferry in over.
Solid copy.
I got you, fam. I called him. So you want to hear something funny, Dowling? So that ambush was supposed to be based off of the MSR from the south to north. And then instead, a truck drove right up to my Vic I was going to pull in front of you. Specifically, its machine gun. And that kicked everything off. I think you were in that truck, actually.
Is that infantry you were engaging earlier? Is it dealt with?
Yeah, so eight dudes in a Vic just massacred one of your trucks, destroyed another, and downed at least 6 guys, and you were the KIA, so we'll see who else shows up. Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we? Ambushes are messy.
Yeah, they are alright. I exploded, I saw my body just like, I don't know, looked like I went half a football field's length, fucking somewhere else in the field. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you flew a good 15 meters from your truck and knocked over at least a dozen poppy plants.
BMP.
I'm looking at them right now, they're just flattened. At least you weren't part of the squad that garrisoned the building, started medicing people, no one pulled security, and I just had an AI search the building and mag dump a dude. That was based.
Already a massacre, holy crap.
Yeah.
Seekins on his way over, he'll be there in about a minute.
Oh, man.
The worst one, though, was the transport truck driving next to the road, and then they ran into my AT guy.
Well.
AT said hello.
Yeah,
Ground forces, be advised. Platoon medic is
So,
bringing
Iceberg
in a
flying
second
around.
truck, so
fuck you.
one
Yeah.
infantry squad will be in the BMP, another one will be in the truck. How copy?
Be advised, the ZIL can still be repaired by Victor. And we do have enough spare wheels to do it.
Oh, awesome then.
Do they? I mean, one out of there, one out of there. Yeah, no, they'd have enough to repair that.
Medical assistance.
So to QU and Iopus, he's flying back to the fob.
You still need medical assistance?
I think he's changing out his chopper for the Huey.
Alright.
Infantry forces, I'm sending my platoon medic into the town, so it's Kings. So make sure you use him as best as you can.
Copy that. I don't think Charlie will need it. I'll ask. I'll pick up it.
I mean, if you want, you could probably teleport back to the mainland and get in the chopper there, or you could wait. I don't know what they're doing, you know, so I'm just making educated guesses.
Alpha Charlie, what's the situation with Bravo? Are they alive?
Be advised, Bravo is currently with both of them. Currently repairing the vehicle and changing wheels.
Solid.
Whew. Well, no, so their air is staying back because they're getting pinged by something over here. Now Iceberg is flying over trying to check things out. Meanwhile, I'm going to delete bodies over here, but
Solid. Wait one.
they're still trying to figure out where this radar ping is, which is that Gepard I have right next to the HQ. Yep, so now they cornered it to somewhere up there.
We have shots west. Anyone know what's that about?
Trying to get units out of the burning vehicle.
Yeah, so they only had 3
That would be
Zil
something to
transports
call
left.
command for and get them ejected.
Say again, sniper.
Nothing.
Charge the ground.
Send it.
My boys wouldn't mind jumping in the BMP.
What's the situation?
So I think he
with
was
your,
flying
truck?
back.
It's kind of blown up.
First Alpha's truck still one wheel needs replacing. It's being worked on.
But they sent the BMP.
Cannibalized the German truck we brought in.
I suggest Bravo takes that.
Shout out to Frost, who's I think just been chilling in the back of
but
that
they
truck
have,
this
their
entire time,
equipment
perfectly
in
fine.
Their own truck, so.
Charlie then, sorry.
Be advised, Charlie still needs it.
Oh, it's going alright, Caden. But again, this is a good example of, you know,
Yeah, Charlie could take the...
almost 40 people on the server, stopped by 8 dudes in a Vic. And I didn't even plan that ambush to come from that vector, but it still worked out. What happened there? They marked it as the Bridge of Death, I think, because they're anticipating an ambush, which they'd be smart
Alpha's
to.
truck is mobile now.
Because I totally have an ambush here.
Squads, are you ready to move?
Charlie's not loaded up yet. Do you want us to load up into the,
Bravo's ready.
Vic?
But I think they're going to go around instead, which is the smart idea.
Hold on. Is everyone's Vic repaired?
And then as that firefight wraps up, I'm going to start garrisoning everything over there.
One by one. Bravo first. Go.
Bravo's mounted and ready.
Now we just have a good bit of downtime.
Alpha.
Alpha is mounted and ready. We still have one wheel missing, but we're mobile.
Charlie.
Charlie's currently... We're gonna load up into the truck now that you brought up.
Solid.
Grant, this is Alpha.
Send it.
Suggesting we put some armor in front.
Say again.
Suggesting we put a armored asset in the front of the convoy.
Solid copy. BMP, you'll be going up ahead. BMP copies.
I'm going to group that by himself so we can
All
aggro
forces
on
load
that.
up. Form up. Tank, you're in the rear.
He was going to crash it into everything instead of crashing it where it won't do any damage.
He's coming back to refuel, it looks like.
Not yet.
Yeah, so they're going to go around and check out the bridge.
Good job, Iceberg. Gold star.
Yeah, it's fine.
Forces just keep going north.
I mean, they do
not
have air
go on the
power.
bridge.
They do have the advantage with that,
Alpha
so...
copies.
Charlie copies.
Also, a small update to everyone. Air has apparently spotted a ZU gun on the next resource field, so we'll probably have to go low
Have they?
instead of
Also, what the
getting on
heck?
the hills.
Be advised, Charlie or Alpha vehicle, whichever one is that is currently limping, ground command should still have a spare vehicle for you to use.
Fine, we're just gonna be last, okay?
Alternatively, you guys could be riding into BMP, like you said, and have cannibalized the other vehicle.
Yeah. But all of our resupplies in here.
Well, Alpha's
Shots
gonna
right
repair its
side.
vehicle after the next mount.
All forces keep moving fast.
So I can guess where they're going. You know, they're gonna go around instead.
Man, I'm really hoping they don't get lucky and hit us with one of these AT shots as we're running away from them.
Flip a coin.
Alright, let's go ahead and delete all that. It would be smarter if I keep these guys around here. That way they can come out whenever they peer them locally at this vector, and we can ambush them from a different angle. Oh, you're good, Panzer. You're good. Oh, what do you mean just watch that video? That video's not supposed to come out for another 2 hours, but if it got released early, then... whatever. So yeah, they're gonna come out at that angle, so...
Thanks,
Again,
Armor.
because these guys can hear BMP sounds. Oh, the stream recording?
All forces,
Nice.
you're gonna be dismounting a little bit more to the southeast.
Anger.
Contact northeast, dismount immediately and engage.
Alright, so now we're gonna do AI on Garrison. Yeah, so these guys uphill, kind of in the open, they're getting spladoodled pretty bad there. I'm gonna send this 113.
All squads, okay, never mind. I was gonna say stand clear of the rocks, but you got a AT dude trying to rush infantry.
Ooh, the M79 guy's still up. He's the one that can do a lot of damage. Especially to the infantry. They're trying to bomb him up there. And they managed to knock him out. He's dead.
Infantry squad assaulting the hill. Try not to crest if you can help it, but if you need to clear it, go ahead.
Try to copy.
Whew.
Be wary of a potential ZU gun on the other side.
Advance engine northeast.
There is no Z.
Find
But they don't know that. It's kind of funny. Alright, so anyway, as they're handling that, I'm gonna just quickly grab a squad or two.
Charlie, here's an engine east.
Solid copy. Prepare to engage.
Set up a few things right there.
Alpha is moving northeast.
So
up-
Air
up the
apparently
ridge.
thinks there's a ZU over here. They spotted something that looks like a
113 coming up the
ZU,
hill.
so I don't know what it was, but yeah.
Can we have friendlies on the crest of the hill, please?
Yes, it's Charlie.
Alright, yes, you're the marksman. Alright, now to draw a little blood here. Their armor is pretty powerful, so I can knock them with a bit of 300
Alpha
Winchester
Bravo,
here.
are you on top of the hill or?
Be advised, Alpha's currently, Bravo's currently moving towards the northeast of the hill.
Solid copy. See if you can safely get me eyes on what the hell is on the
Wind's
other
blowing, 2 dots to the left.
Alpha is in between Bravo and Charlie on the crest of the hill.
side. Solid copy. Call out targets as you see him.
Advised Alpha's eyes, Bravo's eyes on resource depot, we're getting engaged.
Solid copy. Any heavy assets over there?
Wind's blowing
Charlie.
southeast, 2 dots,
Charlie.
okay.
Are you currently the southernmost squad in this
A little
line?
bit of movement, you saw on the hill right there, a little bit of a skyline.
Most likely, yeah.
Please keep an eye out.
Here, so if I shoot at this tree, where's the bullet go?
Village, if something
Low
comes
by 1 mil dot left.
Grab it. Just keep an eye on your right. We didn't clear any of that, and there's definitely shit over there.
Catch balls.
Will do.
That's gonna make him reposition. About to go down.
All squads on the ridge line, be advised, enemy infantry southwest.
Whew, they're kicking my butt.
BSP tanks, be careful. Southwest.
Run! Oh, okay. Just sit there. Just... I'd assume if you get shot twice, you're gonna, like, try to run away, but the people that just sit there instead, I just drop. Because that is a big pet peeve of mine. I just shot you twice, dude. Like, he just goes prone and then looks in the direction of the fire. It's like,
Can you push
you're just doing what an
southwest
AI
and,
would do, man.
Repel that squad.
Who was that?
Charlie copies. We'll move now.
Andrewza, your lag switch can't save you if you're not moving. You know that. Ah. Trying to win the teddy bear at the carnival here,
Charlie.
right?
Observe Hill 11 to our south in this ridge line. Push towards
Alright,
there.
Reinsurge finally
I've
got
reports
in.
of marksmen and whatnot in there.
I think an AI drowned himself
Charlie,
in the
that guy's
frick.
dead.
The
He-
AT guy drowned
he's more
himself
dead.
in the
Oh,
damn
no, it's
ocean. Of
Michael.
course he did. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Damn
Yeah,
it.
Alpha's pushing
Alright, so
down
that's
east
anyway
on the hill,
pretty much all
moving
set.
towards the complex.
So I copy. Bravo, are you able to assist Alpha?
I don't know where else it is, to be honest. Bravo is currently to the northwest of the compound. We need to one time of patrol.
So I'm gonna see if I can get these 2 buildings filled
So I copy.
here.
Alpha Bravo.
Perfect,
converge onto the
except
resource
let's
field
get them
to
off
the
the
east.
rooftop.
Charlie, you still have the same task. Keep pushing towards south and secure that nothing swarms up from the south, from that village.
Charlie copies.
Oh, because that's where the doorway is. He's the marksman. But yeah, garrison between 2 buildings says spread them all out. That's how you do it.
Advised. Charlie's on Hill 11 now. No infantry spotted.
He couldn't live with himself.
So,
I
copy. Do you see
mean,
anything inside the town?
let's be realistic. If you were on a faction that
Give
was
it a
losing the
moment.
war, I would assume suicides would go up. I mean,
Alpha's clearing the towers.
heck, World War II, it's a fact. Hitler killed himself in a bunker. Like, it's part of it.
Shot to ground.
Send it.
Town seems to be abandoned or cleared.
Solid copy. Keep pushing north. Rendezvous with us in the resource field. Copy.
Charlie copies.
Be advised, Bravo hold marked on map. We're gonna wait for trucks and then we're gonna mount up again. Be ready for push.
Solid copy. Charlie, I'm hearing shots. What's that about?
Yeah, we just got engaged from an enemy infantry squad from the southwest, currently dealing with it.
Solid copy. Engage. Call for assist if you need it.
Will do.
I'm reporting all directly.
Ooh, that was in his face. Bro, you just got shot. Yeah, get your butt back in the cover, silly.
Alpha Bravo, if you're inside the resource field, I'm hearing shots from the northeast.
Oh, you lucky little... The magazines for that gun, I swear I don't go through 10 bullets. Don't you mean he escaped to Argentina? Right. I would love to do a post-World War II op in, like, you know, Argentina or whatever style country, and then have an incursion, similar to how I want to do, like, Man on the High Castle, U.S. Gets invaded by Germany and Japan. I'd love to do stuff like that. The issue is I can't find maps for it, other than, like, one or two, but I've already used those one or two maps so many times in the past few months. I don't want to keep hampering on it, you know, keep stuff varied.
The old directs towards north.
Was it 6 shots in the WA 2000? It could be. That's probably why I'm thinking I have more bullets than I do.
Charlie, that's a lot of shooting.
Forget.
Do you require help?
Anyway, that squad is dead. Now I gotta think about how do I want to get the rest of this stuff garrisoned here. So we have that next little ambush prepped. They've taken that field. They'd be coming around.
Alright, since this is a situation, Charlie, you will be pushing south into that town until it's shining clean. I'll copy.
Charlie copies. We'll push into town and clear it. Shining
Have
clean.
those guys be ready to deliver a second part of the ambush. Meanwhile, these guys, we're going to notice that they're kind of coming around like this, so I'm going to expect that, so I'm going to send a vehicle over. Then I also have that one right there, but I'm going to start garrisoning this area. Okay, no. I need to do this manually. So yeah, I don't need that many actual infantrymen on the ground, because most of them are going to be, you know, on those statics to make it hard enough. And then this guy, I need to change his hat to a beret. Epstein was pretty. That's a good one. That's a good one. Alright, so far they've taken 2 positions, 2 resource fields. That'll help them with income going forward. This guy, I'm gonna just, no, we'll sort alphabetically. B is for Beret.
Roger, Charlie, do you have your Vic with you?
Yes, we do.
Solid copy.
And he has a grenade launcher. And I just heard one of these guys shoot? Oh, the Gepard is angry at this plane, which happens to be Iceberg in the Su-25, of course. Anyway, Trooper, how you doing, man? So, if we were to look at their plan, they're going to, go around, and then they're going to hit those 2 positions. And if they have time, which they still have about a little under 2 hours, they can go anywhere. I try to give them, you know, upwards of 3 hours, and they can index whenever they want, but that gives them a lot of time to, you know, conquer these areas. Because, let's be honest, for the 10th playthrough they're doing, not playthrough, frickin', the 10th operation in this one playthrough they've been doing, they've taken quite a bit, to be honest. You know, 10 AOs worth of stuff. Confirming references for a job app? Do you need me as a reference? Yeah, he's a great guy. He expresses excellent teamwork and leadership capabilities. He is competent in operating various different types of machinery. He is a very hard worker.
Charlie,
just lists everything that Trooper does in
Charlie's
Arma.
definitely going through the town. Seems mostly abandoned.
Solid copy. I'll call it.
Gosh
this
darn
time.
it. Yeah, so I made this a
Load
little
back
while
up,
ago, so part of it's
and
floating,
get
that's
to
fine.
the resource field to the north.
Oh yeah, the job hunting is definitely screwing with, or the coronavirus is messing with job hunting. Everyone knows I'm not good at talking while I stream. My brain no work. So I have the static set up. I don't have the AI placed down because, you know, frames, since this is a massive map in on itself. English is hard. Oh, no, yeah, DND does work. If you are a DM in DND, there are a lot of things that you can reword on a resume. I will admit, though, when they take that resource depot, there will be a wave of cure up that comes to hit them. Move that guy more over there. So normally, you know, I'd have like 2 or 3 squads defending these fobs, but again, Titanians are just so dead. I'm not good at reading chat either.
Command to all elements, be advised.
God,
We'll
now
be
imagine
hitting
if I
the
was as big
contested
as, like,
resources
you know...
Field. Expect both blue and
I don't even know
green guys there,
who's that
so
big. Imagine if I had,
we'll
like,
approach
triple the
that as
people in
slowly
this
as
chat
possible.
channel. You know, I average a little over 100. Imagine if I had, like, 200 or 300
After
people in here. I would not be able to track chat at all.
We'll
Hot
be
damn.
hitting the headquarters to the north. Expect extreme casualties.
I'm not gonna lie. Actually, we'll
problems,
listen.
but we'll have mortars set up by then to try.
So they're
and
gonna set
help.
up a mortar to help them out with the next wave of attacking. That's a very smart idea.
Alpha copies, we're loading up.
Charlie copy.
But yeah, let me grab that group. Alright, so I'm just gonna set these guys in a
Alpha Mountain.
bit of an angry patrol because they know the end is coming. But as someone who doesn't rely on YouTube and Twitch financially, because screw them, it's actually really fun to be a channel around 100k subs and, you know, about 100 people watch on average. Because, you know, it's enough to, you know, it feels good to get recognition for your work. But at the same time, you know, too much and I would not be able to keep track of
Negative, be
any
advised.
of it, to be perfectly honest.
I do not know what is in that village up to the north.
Like, if you look at a channel with, like, you know,
So,
3 or 4
we're going
times
to
my
this,
subs, and
go
you look
to
at all the
this
comment sections,
point,
I'm one of the guys that loves to read through all the
we're going to
comments
go
and,
to
you
this
know,
Mount
interact with
3
people, have fun,
and
that
try
sort of
to
thing.
go from there
If I had that many comments to deal with a day, I would not be able to do that.
around and about as we did here.
Alpha copies.
My point is,
I do not want to risk the entire
kinda like my
convoy
size.
dying on that bridge up there, so...
I'm sure guys say that about their junk all the time, too.
Charlie copy.
Ah, man. You know, it's the... I want to say it's the Goldilocks zone. But, you know, everyone has their own likes and dislikes with that stuff. But, again, personally for myself, I like where I'm at, and I really don't want to grow anymore. But I can't say that, because at the same time, I still need to constantly grow to bring new people to TSB and other communities I play at. Otherwise, you know, eventually I'll just end up dead in the water. So yeah, with my semester wrapping up, I do have some plans for some stuff that a lot of people have been asking for years. I've just never gotten around to because I've always had focuses elsewhere. But since I finally do have the time and I'm in the creative mood to do it, we'll start doing it. However, I do know that there are some ramifications for it that are going to compromise the size of this channel, and that's kind of what my fear is. Because I don't want to be big. Then I can't really read people. Wow, Droya, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I can't go 4 hours, that's why. How about comments on Yanni's mom? Guys, I hope you realize that isn't actually Yanni's mom. That's just Yanni with a girl filter. That's the inside joke. When will I do Halo in Zeus? So Halo's actually really interesting because we got some mods that actually make like realistic energy shields for Spartans and stuff and make some realistic HUDs for it. But I just don't have that much interest in it within TSB right now. So when the interest comes back, then by all means, sure. But, you know, Halo doesn't really have much in the sense that, you know, mostly it's just UNSC fighting insurrectionists. So they're going to try to bypass that bridge again. And just going to take him right here. But that, there's, you know, I keep squads in these vehicles. I just spawn them when they quote-unquote dismount because otherwise the AI like to do silly stuff. He could pass for a trap, yeah, right? Everyone's screaming in the chat because of it. So where would I want to put these guys? If I'm anticipating an ambush over here, I'm actually going to run these guys over to this poppy field. Yeah, literally just debated the whole chat. I don't know, because, here's the deal, guys. Again, back to the big YouTube stuff. Where are you? Why'd you turn? No, get back. No, go back there. Get back there, you little lazy. When you get to be a big YouTuber, and this happened to me, I had a big phase of this, but everyone I know that is a major YouTuber, they do have an ego. It's a pretty nasty thing. And I almost lost TSB as a whole like a year and a half ago when I had to, you know, I didn't actually shed my ego. People made me shed that ego. And a lot of stuff happened that it's not worth digging back up, but, you know, I'm doing my best to kind of not have that ego anymore, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong. I still hate the fact that every new community I go to, I have to go through their training process. The first 5 times I was okay with it. Nowadays, though, it's like, you know, it's all literally the same stuff, but I'll sit through it, you know? But there are some people out there, and there's some stories I've been told by some people that, you know, I don't want associated with me. I don't want to be responsible for that type of stuff, you know? And I don't want to go into it to, you know, talk about those stories, but if you find the people who have those stories, feel free to listen. But also, make sure you make your own judgments on people based off of your own experiences. Still, some of the stuff. But the difference is the people, they rely on, you know, YouTube and Twitch financially, but then they, you know, think they're the king of the world. Me, I just run this channel because I like attention, but... That was the quiet kid in class. I mean, don't name drop anyone in chat. Anyone can do their own research, but I also have my own biases to certain people. Like and dislike, based off of my own experiences with them.
We already have eyes on the resource field from...
Are you just, like, going back and forth? What keeps giving you that one waypoint?
Please double check.
Eyes on a single spotter in the buildings to our
leave that there, please. I'm still cleaning this room out.
Solid copy. Forces continue.
Yeah, probs VCOM or just a little wait. Once in a while, vehicles do have a waypoint glitch when you do a cycle, and it just keeps a unit down, even though there's no cycle left. They still will go back and forth. It's rare, but I have seen it happen once in a blue moon, so I think that's what's going on. Who am I talking to? Don't worry about it. Yeah, Mox, I was about to do that too. Can you not? Like, don't name drop. and you name drop. Like, damn. Plebs. Alright, anyway, back to the action. So we do have these 2 squads garrisoned right here. I'm going to get in this guy and start sniping people. And then after I'm done with him, I'm going to call those squads back. So you can see them moving around back there. That's a bit far from me. You know what? No, I'm going to engage on Zach just to have the excuse of bringing things out.
Getting engaged.
I'm missing all my shots on purpose.
Alpha is in
Yeah, no, you're right. This is a
contact.
6-round magazine.
Have a couple of guys on the old Eric's.
Yeah, 6-round. So that's going to mean I'm going to pull these 2 squads back.
Copy all forces, you are clear to push up. Use the armored assets as you see fit.
At first post, we have an enemy Fuchs on the west side of the old Eric's.
And then
Don't copy. FP, are you able to assist?
Yeah, so these guys are all in position here behind this wall. I'm just going to boot them off of that. And they're going to automatically move back to it. Ah, VCOM. See, if this was getting attacked, these guys would be a lot more mobile. So I'm literally just going to do a copy-paste because they're not going to get out of aggro mode.
What's the shot?
Alright, I'm going to get on the roof, grab that AT, and just put some rounds in the
I'm on 3
hills.
to the resource.
Give me that sweet, sweet
Advice,
kernel.
I'm on 3 seems to be unmastered.
Solid copy.
Oh, that was right on him! I didn't mean to do it! That was just a guess! Oh, is he okay? I don't think he's okay! Oh! I didn't mean... I just wanted to give some cinematic AT shots and didn't realize that... Oh! Oh, God, Caleb, I'm so sorry! Oh! Oh, God, that was bad! Okay. Oops. That's a big oops. Oh. Okay. That was bad. That was really bad. Don't do that. You're not supposed to do that.
To all infantry elements, who's closest to the deck currently?
Please go help Caleb. Like now, he just... Oh.
Back, be advised, you have enemy...
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
The river.
No, no, Liru 1009 is a bad person that I don't aspire to be. Oh, that was a mistake. You know, like, shoot shots like he was running over there, so I'm like, okay, I meant that to be a lot shorter. Okay, Seymour's got him, thank fuck. I didn't realize that that was ranged properly, because I was firing downhill, so I thought that would be, like, you know, 20 meters in front of him, so he'd, like, grab this rock, but I forgot we're firing downhill, and that decreases the range, because frickin' Pythagorean theorem.
Second infantry squad spotted moving into the town behind them.
Oh, that one's close. Oh, Dutch is down and drowning.
Pushing into the resource field.
I don't know what he's doing. Oh, okay, now I'm gonna keep this MG right there to fire at them when they get close on that angle. You got all this QRF around here, and I'm gonna also start readying the infantry squads of QRF to come in. See, again, I'm gonna highlight that, but at the same time, those are the types of highlights that people watch and they think I'm like a really mean Zeus and stuff. Because I highlight them completely out of context. I'm also trying to clip them down. There goes Dud. She was just dead in the water. I guess it was trying to cross or something, but, you know. That's my reputation. The big man Zeus. Will I go to the timeout corner if Caleb dies? I mean, I can't fix it though by outright healing him though. But there's 2 medics down here. Sirius got shot as he was coming down, so.
Towards the resource field, so Bravo, if you can, if you're inside the field, start moving up the road. I'll copy.
Do we have any autocannon vehicles?
Not at a time.
I heard autocannon shots to the northeast from the tank.
Alpha is clearing the all directs.
Did anyone else hear what I heard?
Yeah, I accidentally like rewrote the Zeus command.
Rocket fire.
Alpha, how are you holding?
Alpha's good. We're currently at the northernmost oil derrick. We're starting to head north and get into contact.
Solid copy. Entrench inside the resource field. Charlie.
Alpha
Are you on
copy.
Going on that yet?
I don't know who made that shot, but now they might blow Nim up. Yeah, it's Arcalis using his GL. Good shot.
Solid. Bravo.
Alright, I'm gonna start sending the QRF up in this direction, have them come downhill.
Bravo. Citra.
Advise Bravo is currently still split between the hill and Teresa's field. And we're still getting contact inside of town.
Solid copy. Lead down towards for the Charlie. You
He's
have
shooting.
to push up. I'll mark your.
Yeah, so I still have a squad over here that's lagging behind a tad. What are you, my friend? You are a dude with a rifle.
Mr. German truck, are
Excellent.
you okay?
Bravo. Blue arrow.
Why are you reloading?
from the
I didn't hit the
resource
R
field.
button.
DC.
Hold up. That was a mispaint. Oh, Arc just painting, I guess, to show off. Yeah, at least VCOM, he's keeping him here. He's trying to have him maneuver around. Yeah, the Vic's shooting at Vic's over here. I'm going to have these guys, I'm deploying C on them to have them throw some smokes. And is there anything else I want to do regarding this position? I will have another garrison go right here. I'm going to do 8 meters. What do you mean? Okay, we're going to do 15 meters because the game doesn't like me. Yeah, we'll have them garrison that little pocket. Now, speaking of stuff, I'm going to go ahead and delete these stuff back here. Again, keeping frames going. It's about 1:27, so they still have about an hour to hour and a half left.
Hold the hotels.
Where do you want Arma?
Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we? And now we have another lull in the combat here, so good. I ask how you're all doing.
Town. They are watching on their location.
Charlie. Citra.
Charlie's currently following red line where I'm not entering the town.
Solid copy. Try to move towards the northern side, towards the bridgehead.
I feel like I'm moving to bridgehead now.
Oh yeah, the PTRS is a lot more effective than I thought it would be. Why are you coming back, you... No! No! You goober! What are you doing? You're supposed to be here to help me, the driver. He wants to die. Doing alright, I'm just watching my AI do some silly stuff, but there's nothing new in that. Here, I'm gonna have one of the AI squads do low ground while another one does high ground. He's attacking, but he's only a driver, and now he's taking some GL fire. You know what? I'm actually going to take another squad and put him over here. See, there's a double waypoint going there. I don't know what that's for. So one of you's that one. So what's this one? Why did you get selected? Oh, probably because I had them in the, selecting that one group is what made them loop around. Makes sense. Arma's just all about trying to figure out why something's doing something. And understanding that 7 times out of 10, you're not going to find an answer.
Just following red line. Alpha? This is Alpha's end. Alpha is currently holding on the north side of the resource point. We are engaging hostiles westbound 33 line.
Solid copy.
Yeah, exactly. It just works, right? That's the motto.
Copy that, no planning in that.
Yeah, Kane, I mean, I've honestly, for a year, I've thought about doing something styled to the last ship, but it's all about finding the space to do it and having the capability. I think with where we have mods right now, we would be capable, it's just finding the time to do it. Because that would definitely be more like a tier 3 spec op thing where I only have, like, you know, up to 20, 30 people at the time doing it. But not all of the T3s have wanted to do something like that, so it's finding a different slot or, you know, just trying to see what I can do, you know? Did they mark it as Bridge of Death 2 Electric? I guess this is Bridge of Death 3, the bridgening? That would make sense, right?
We're not going across.
We use bridge.
Yeah, so that group abandoned their positions here. This guy, I'm going to say he's routed, because he's swimming away. I'm not going to delete him, though, because he's still in the line of sight of some guys.
There's probably an enemy squad moving up from point enemies to the blue triangle. On hill 116.
Solid copy. Called off my JTAC for moving there. Bravo, are you able to move into that point and intercept the enemy?
Alrighty.
Advise, Charlie's at bridge now.
So yeah, they're gonna cross. They're gonna see some of these stacks, but they're abandoned because they dismounted and ran back here because they thought this was where the main attack was. So now it's just a commencement of quote-unquote cleanup. Ooh, what I could do is to scare the T-55, I can boot the truck in front. Yeah, that spooked him. So doing stuff like that just reminds your armor assets that, hey, you exist, and B, they are expendable. One of the hardest little micro things Zeus has to do in this game is understanding how to subtly remind your assets such as air and the ground. So air is freaked out, for example, because the Gepard radar. But armor, you want to kind of, you know, coax them a bit, because if they start getting relaxed, they'll go in front of infantry screens and get themselves killed. And if you need them for specific ops to be crutches, which, side note, that's usually not a good op idea, but if you need them to be crutches, you know, they can still perform that duty. Meanwhile, this squad looks like they were engaged by these guys over here. A lot of dudes are down, and they were also probably getting engaged by guys that were coming up along this ridgeline, so they are going to need a medic to come back them up. Meanwhile, this squad over here, not seeing really any casualties. That's good. There is a bit of a mess here. Yes, also not accidentally killing your players by direct AT rockets from 200 meters away. That would also be a good piece of advice there. So this guy out of view. I mean, hell, actually, I'm just gonna. Hey, get in the fob. It's okay. You're safe now. In the fob. Now, if I wanted to be really, really mean, I could pull this Gepard out, say that one of these guys is called the Gepard in as long as they still have their LR. Or I could even be mean and say, hey, they switched their short range, and say, hey, white smoke is bad. Shoot the white smoke. And that would kill all the people up there. Undead being very aggressive here, but it's also very risky. He doesn't know what's up here. There's going to be an entire squad back there for all he knew, and he would not be able to win that fight. So some people are going to be dying. Ground, this is high. Be advised, there will be reinserts over. Get to the FABA. I don't know what's wrong with Dutch. I think his computer's had a heart attack because he, I think he got shot, drowned, because we saw the blood under him earlier, and he just hasn't decided to respawn yet. Maybe something IRL came up. This is a story I like to tell once in a blue moon. I wasn't in this op, but in a TSV op, we used to have a guy play a lot called Tarl. And Tarl, he once, as a squad leader, as the op started, he mounted in a BMP or whatever, some Vic, and he decided, while he was in that squad leader slot, and without telling anyone, he got up from his desk, and he went out and saw a movie at a movie theater. And he came back after the op was done. After going to the movies as a squad leader in an op. He didn't even leave the server. He just did that.
Bravo, I'm hearing shots in the hills. Are you okay?
There, he's getting shot at by friendlies. His own squad, actually. Yeah, because this guy's not shooting. Well, Tarl was special, quote-unquote, so we gave him benefits of the doubt, but, you know, at the same time, left to go to the movie theater. Is that why the Discord? Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah. Yeah. Fun times. So yeah, Joe was just looting the frickin' WA-2000. Because, they still only have, like, Tier 1 marksman rifles. Hey, Barbarian. I'm not sure if Barbarian's still in chat, but, anytime I want to annoy Barbarian Weeb, I just call him Barbarian Weeb, and he gets so mad. Yeah, exactly. Zam brings it up, too. Yeah, I don't know, Chow. It was an interesting time. Let's go for that. So Medic tried to save who he could, but not that many people have stayed alive.
He's making his way towards the blue triangle, Hill 116, to get eyes out. Make sure.
So, fun fact, I'm actually trying to gut a Gepard right now and turn it into like an Oricata, whatever the heck. I'm trying to combine a Gepard turret to a ZU 22mm to make a 35mm radar-guided gun to use for a Falkland op. And it looks weird, but It works. Comms are a little gargled because I'm pretty far away because I gotta stay back here to coordinate with reinserts.
I'll find the resource field.
Hey, Chabokas. If you check your map, there's a chopper like right to our north outside of town. It'll ferry you. Okay. Yep. See, I also love, though, that it's radar-guided, quote-unquote, because the Gepard has a built-in radar, so it works out. But it is going to look a little silly, but trying to do my best to make these ops work. Oh, look at this.
Orbit, trigger happy.
Give him a little spook. And this guy is probably defend only running, yep. I think his backpack, and he had an AT launcher. It was an LR guy. But another fun fact, guys, launchers and guns, they have hitboxes on a character, but they're invincible and they will deflect bullets. So some of the hardest people to kill in this game are javelin gunners from the rear. Because the javelin is such a big item that it can literally protect you from a machine gun if you angle yourself right. It's a very meta-game tactic to do, but it works very effectively if you know how to do it properly, especially if you have third person. But it's a funny thing. Well, yeah, when you've been playing this game for years, did he try to come back and ram himself into the market stall and kill himself? Because the AI will heal themselves, so that's just... Oh my god. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. Well, yeah, when you play this game for long enough, you're gonna find things that make no sense, but work. Looks like Malin just landed here. He's waiting to be useful. Realistically, if a jet came by, because they do have 2 jets, and did wild weasel runs, they could outfly the Gepard, the Gepard's targeting ability. Or what they could do is they could have one air asset distract the Gepard while another one did those weasel runs and did recon. They would just have to coordinate and be quick about things. But I also do know that I don't think the MiG has radar detection for incoming SAMs and stuff, so... It's interesting. Oh no, if you go prone with a javelin, with the prone launcher, you literally, like, you can guard an entire side of your head and torso with that thing because it's so massive. And you can also guard a bit of your front because of the terminal. Like I said, if you know how to play Arma and you know about every little metagame trick, you can pull quite a few maneuvers. So just think of it this way. Now imagine taking everything you know and going on a King of the Hill server and pulling every trick, you know?
Be advised, the command team has spotted 1 or 2 sneaky guys crossing the river north of you. Reference the map, so keep the 1 or 2 guys.
Oh, that's just VCOM having those 2 guys that sent out to scout stuff. Ground, this is High. Do you copy?
Ground, send it.
Roger, be advised you have about an hour left for this playthrough before I have to call Index to switch to 3-op. Over.
Solid copy.
Well, yeah, the Javelin, any AT launcher on the ground does have a hitbox. If it didn't have a hitbox, then bullets would pass through it and hit the player. But because they have a hitbox, they can literally deflect bullets. Because the equivalent of shooting a Javelin is like shooting the ground. It just absorbs the bullet. Sometimes it'll ricochet, but I haven't seen it ricochet off of AT.
Get your vehicles, get ready to move. We'll be moving soon at attacking.
You mean like glitching yourself uphill with enhanced movement, expanding space? Yeah. I try to put in an immersive spin on it to say I like throw a I throw a cable hook or something. And I just, quickly climb myself because I'm just super fast, but,
Your vehicles are just across the dam near the Bravo dismount, so if you can send 1 or 2 guys to pick up the trucks, that would be amazing.
Yeah, exactly, Choice. I mean, I've seen people banned for less on some servers. So, Calum is disconnecting. He was one of the KIAs up in that squad.
So copy coordinates.
He just doesn't want to be reinserted. So yeah, I thought they'd be able to get more done, but because of the routes they've done and all the vehicle maneuvering, they've timed this pretty well. So they'll probably take the HQ, secure that area by the end, which is going to leave this chunk of territory and that chunk of territory. However, I am going to plan...
Mounted and ready to go. Ground, this is Alpha. Send it.
An air invasion.
Can we just grab these German Vics in the resource camper? We can all fit in that.
Ooh, Mr. Dragglitch, we meet again.
As long as we don't lose our vehicles, we should be fine to leave them behind us, I think.
Alright, Commando Squad, if you think that is acceptable to you, by all means, take the enemy VIX. We'll be moving like that. Also exercise patience till we get the mortar up here in the resource field and set it up so we can provide the IDF for you.
Can you, like, shoot at people? Oh, he just... Oh, dear.
Is our coordinates just really quiet for everyone else?
He might be able to save it. Not enough.
Yes, that's better. That's mounted.
Well, that happened. I hope it's still alive, though, so the slot won't get lost. But, yeah, there's the radar contact. I don't know why he was set to defend only, but he was set to defend only. They've dropped a bomb on this position. I now need to check all these AI to make sure they're all still set to active, because no one likes going in an AO where the AI are set to defend only, because they won't shoot back until the AI decides for them to shoot back. Which is theoretically supposed to be when the players start shooting, but because, servers can easily get bottlenecked. Yeah. I find it ironic that he was aggroed on the plane, and then he's like, oh, shoot, new target, and just immediately destroyed the MI-8. I found the ZSU! That's a Gepard. And it commits the hurdy-hurt. I'm glad I checked back.
Bravo, let us know once you're ready so everyone can move out.
At the ground, what is our march order going to be?
Yeah, this guy is purely ground suppression stuff in AA. So once they've taken the HQ, I'll have a Blue 4 counterattack, 4 squads of paratroopers, and 2 Cobras. But I don't have any AGMs on Cobras, because AGMs are some of the most overpowered things in the game. Because most ground Vics can't really flare off AGMs compared to air assets being able to flare off AA missiles air-to-air.
The mortar has been assembled in the resource field. You now have access to IDF.
I'll pick up this. Charge the ground.
Send it.
Do you want to see what the defense stuff we found earlier?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So if we start getting reinserts, I'll start telling Tempestal...
Bravo, what's your ETA on
we have reinserts, and I'm going to try to imply that their pilot went down if they haven't figured out already, but I think he'll be able to get on the ground and come up to trucks and stuff and check.
We can all fit in 2 vehicles, no worries. We're all going to the
Can you shoot
campsite.
down missiles with guns? No. I wish we did, though. That would be a really cool effect for, like, Sea Whizzes and stuff to actually shoot down incoming ordnance. I think there's a script somewhere that does let certain Sea Whizzes do it, but...
The BFP does have 19 passenger seats, and we are amphibious.
If I remember correctly, when I tested the one time, it really messed with server frames. Because the CPU on the server had to process a lot of stuff for it. Yeah, so they've just resorted to taking GM trucks.
Sure.
A bomb was dropped. Damaged the gun and the turret, but it wasn't enough. I'm gonna reposition him. Right, I cut your fuel because I refuse to use garrisons.
Command to all.
I still use Achilles. I know Zen's a thing. I'm still waiting on Zen to have a few more updates, but we will eventually switch to Zen. I know the 700th is switching to Zen. So that'll give me another opportunity to test it live with like 80 plus people. Buddy, please, I don't want hiccups while I'm frickin' streaming again.
Disregard that, we're already there.
Command to tank.
But yeah,
and
bombs are only
be
effective
advised
if they get like
enemy
direct
AA
hits.
vehicle Gepard is moving around the southern side of the town. It's like it was last seen moving west.
So I hope this is being driven back. I'm gonna go ahead and teleport myself up a bit closer.
When we're moving to headquarters,
Thank
or
God
am I...
that is JTAC. So you're part of this ambush now. You've been repurposed. Good luck. I wish you the best.
All forces be advised, beginning preliminary barrage on the outskirts.
Alpha copies.
Why are some of you swimming?
Over the...
Be advised, Charlie's gonna go first into town now.
Gonna get
How many
modded,
mods do my
careful.
missions use? We have a bunch of different mod sets. I think TSB main is
Be
like
advised,
69 plus full
I'm,
mobilization DLC.
Splash 5 on tank and AA here markers.
Copy that. Charlie's marked their route currently.
So I did that on the top
Yeah,
of his
nothing-
hood so he would
nothing-
survive
not
that
at all.
hit.
Forces be advised I can provide smoke.
And there it goes cooking up. Do 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 do
Forces,
do do.
do you require smoke?
Negative, they're just driving across the river after watching the AT impact near them. We just lost
It's almost like we have an amphibious vehicle.
Hello?
I was perfect.
Hi?
Yeah, BMP do not cross that. That is a death zone.
Hi, you just
Yeah, I'll
flew.
Just many
That-
things happen to us.
Yeah, Beyblades, let it rip, right? Anyone else? It's a bridge. This is a kill zone. It's... Look at that guy who's dismounted. I'm not gonna AT him to the face. My job is to watch this, but at the same time, it's really funny to look at that right there. But yeah, this is the HQ, so I'm not gonna pull punches here. I will just boop Vix, because they already identify that the bridges are ambush zones. So assuming that this wouldn't be an ambush zone.
Yeah, Alpha's pretty close to Mascaz on the burning Vic. Purple smoke. Really.
What's the situation? How many are active there?
2 to 3?
Ooh,
We
he's
got Arma
trying!
into an enemy position.
Alright, let's wrap it up. It is unfortunate that their Vic that dismount here, they got 18 and it spun it up to here. Yeah, 3 trucks going blindly over a bridge with no recon. I mean, I called it out earlier. It's not a smart idea. So I'm gonna bring this tank over.
2 times KIA on Bravo side.
Ooh, that was smart. Yeah, so the SVG-9, Bill quickly took that out with that tank, and now they're coming over. I'm going to adjust the driver of this Vic.
Hi, this is Armored. All 3 trucks drove right into an SPG-9 turret and squads of infantry.
He called high on that. I think he meant to call ground. So that is a Leopard, like that's a modern Leopard from Glob Mob, so this thing will overpower that T-55.
Ground command to all remaining forces. Try to regroup, get up whoever you can.
This squad I'm gonna pull over. I mean, this is these guys' last stand, so it's not gonna be light.
Can I get a sit rep on how many are still alive?
According to the amount of smoke plumes, probably none.
Be advised, Bravo's 4-time effective.
So I copied.
This is gonna be an
any
interesting
elements from Alpha and Charlie.
debrief. Let's give him a warm up. On the way. I love how the guys that were swimming are still alive, but the guys on the coast are dead. These guys just wanted to take a break. I meant for them to, you know, shoot at guys coming up the bridge, but they were taken out earlier. Yeah, SPG-9, he was too busy looking to the right. That's why Bill was able to shoot it, but I just had it right there. So if they wanted to continue their strategy, they could have crossed, dismounted Vix and crossed somewhere as infantry, or they could have fought through these areas and come around. But yeah, the bridges I have meant to be very, very angry positions. I'm gonna have to drive him manually.
So I copy Bravo. How many? Is your squad the only one alive? Or
But that was Alpha Bravo. That was all 3 squads trucks. I will let one live, but then a Carl Gustav nailed it, and then it Beybladed next to my SVG-9, so...
some other guys that died that got wounded as well.
You know, even though I was being harsh right there, it shows that the AI still would have made those shots.
Tank 070.
Shoot him with the gun!
Oh, you just overpressure friendly. Oops. Tank's KA.
Yep, tank's dead.
Enemy tank? We're safe.
Friendly
Yep,
tank
enemy
down.
tank.
I don't know what the 4 guys with PTRS are doing, but that's cool.
Enemy Leopard 185 northeast.
Where's that air support? Are they really grounding them because of the Gepard?
Be advised, I don't see any stragglers around the other proposed vehicles.
All friendly forces retreat to the resource field.
Whew.
Main peak, any way to let me know about that here? Be advised, the tank's moving westwards. Only direct north of
So I'm directly driving this thing to micro it. Because otherwise it would just hold out of position, so it's usually just best to drive it, let the AI do the shooting.
Again, all forces that are active, if you can, if possible, retreat to the...
You're gonna see DCs, because at
To
this
the
point,
resource
you know, it's not worth continuing, because their entire advance just got halted. So, there will be another op at 3, which is about an hour. We're probably going to cut the stream in the middle because usually I transition, but like I said, their entire advance got halted here.
All forces be advised, I will be smoking the town to the northwest of the resource field to provide some concealment.
I want to minimize showing them my ass, but I'm trying to reposition over here.
EMP successfully escaped, question mark?
Second.
I'm gonna go meet up with friendly troops.
moving in from the north.
Gonna move over to their side though, because I don't want to overpressure them.
BMP can return to the resources and ferry reinsert.
Be advised.
And I think I'll keep her here.
Stand by. Ground to high.
This is high, send message.
I'm calling it here.
Roger, once forces retreat past the bridge, I will go ahead and index. Because we still have some crewmen slots. So Bill, he's doing his best to cover. Misses that shot. Unfortunate. Tank's now looking right at him, trying to get an angle. The tree is helping conceal his position a little bit. And these guys are going to cross via the river. Bill needs to also cross. Taking a lot of fire, trying to get away. Oh, and he gets gunned down by a machine gunner. Whew. What are my specs? Yeah, we are using... actually, no, we don't have Blast Core on this mod set. We took it out. I want to add it back. And Blast Core, when we ran it, it didn't really hurt the frames that much. So it was fun. There's some arguments with some people and blah, blah, blah. But if you go to any of my YouTube videos, there should be a list there to talk about the specs. And Bill dies, so that is a crewman slot loss there. I would say out of all the smoke mods I've tested, Blast Core is the best one in terms of balance. They dropped a bomb on it, but it was a miss.
Copy that.
Can you, like, shoot at the evil jet people, please? Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we? And let's see, there's also a turret in that. Is that a Dishka or... That's an SPG-9. Alright. Now, here's the real question. Did they take that from one of the bridge? Yeah, they took that from that bridge. Because if I were to check back, I don't see it. Okay, so they lost both of these then. Yeah. The 9Ms are theirs. No, they won't shoot at them. Ground, this is high. Proceeding with index.
Copy that.
Alright, so we're going to debrief. I'm going to switch the server out.
Oh shit.
Alright, real quick for my bookkeeping. Bill, I know, died. Was there any other crewman slots that died?
Yes.
Hollow.
2, okay.
No, I was the only one that
I
didn't.
found alive.
Alright. And we didn't lose any pilots. I know Iopus was able to be rescued. So let's go over a debrief real quick. So overall, the start of that was great. You guys took the first objective, proceeded to the next one. I set up an ambush on a different MSR to try to get you guys. I thought you were going to bypass it, which just meant I'd send them up as reinforcements to the second point, but you ended up going down a different MSR that led you to the ambush. One truck literally drove right up into my ambush vehicle, and the ambush vehicle just unloaded on them with an MG3. That prompted the guys in the ambush then get up and start moving to that truck's position. And it was unfortunate that another truck drove right up to a guy with AT within 5 meters, and he just booped the Vic. So you guys recovered from that one. You then circumvented the next ambush at the bridge, which was smart. You took that next position, dealt with the squad at the bridge I sent to go reinforce it. And from there, you then hit the next points, bypassing the ambush again at the next bridge because they're obvious choke points. And from there, took that position, set up your mortar, went ready to go, and then crossed the next bridge, which there was an ambush. One squad crossed way ahead of the other squads. They got hit with an SPG-9 that was watching the bridge. Next 2 squads came in. First one got hit with the SPG-9 again. Second one pulled right and then got hit with a Carl Gustav. And then Beybladed into the the position where the SPG-9 was, and there was a squad, and it just all fell apart. Billman and Sniper were able to take their tank over, kill the SPG-9, and at that point, any armor assets I had left in that area went to that position, so the tank came over. Bill and Sniper got the first shot directly on the front armor. It ricocheted off, and then it just one-booped them because you're fighting a Leopard with a T-55. It can get messy. And this isn't the L1. This is the A3. Excuse me. This is the A3 model because I'm trying to have, the one thing that the Titanians still have that's good, guard their, last stage queue. Like, if you take that out, that basically destroys them forever, more or less. But yeah, everything kind of fell apart. What I would recommend in the future is possibly having air, especially your jets, do like low flybys, like wild weasel runs to see for ambushes, because I wasn't trying to hide them. I was trying to make it obvious that, I was trying to defend certain parts, because at this point, they're just fighting for their lives, because 2 big scary nations have pretty much eaten their country, so. Bomb drops were close. You, pretty much, mostly but not completely disabled the gun on the Gepard, and then the second one missed on the tank, but again, it was close as well. But otherwise, ground, I will leave it up to you.
I don't know. To keep it simple, everything was going okay. And even those unforeseen situations after the first objective and after the second objective and everything, like those were emerging situations, and I believe that there was a decent enough response to them, and the squads adapted.
Yeah, Gavalor's come back and started playing ops again.
So yeah, so everything's going okay, and I'm just going to focus here on that last assault, and remind everyone that ground command is not there to micromanage every squad, every second, and everything. We've been past 3 or 4 bridges up to that point, and you should
All
have
of them
known
had
that
ambushes.
bridges were death traps. Like even Andrusa, Skelly, your mic.
Oh, sorry.
Even Andrusa multiple times marked on map dead zone, dead zone, dead zone. And like when I gave an order to move out up north, I figured that after I said that I'm going to set up a mortar, I'm going to provide smoke to block anything out. That is your cue as squad
Gabby's a bit of a
leaders
loose
to
cannon,
get
frankly.
eyes from where something might shoot at you and to provide smoke. They might shoot, enemy may shoot into the smoke because it's not cover, it's concealment, but it's going to be blind and it's not going to be able to react to what you're doing and to your maneuvers and whatnot. Also, those ambushes, secure the bridge, dismount before the bridge, get me eyes, get sound 50, inform other squads, other squad leaders. Yo, this bridge has ambush, this bridge is clear. Move up, set up bridgeheads, get across. You had air, you had cast plane on standby. You had mortar, both HE and smoke ready to go off. You had every asset available to you to slowly get you into that town, because once you were in town, everyone knows that it would be a done job, because it would be just a matter of time when you would take the HQ. But instead, a lemming strain happened. And honestly, I don't know how else do I need to handhold the squad leaders to prevent from doing that, but apparently I have to specify every single maneuver and movement. And that's not what the ground commander should be doing. I was there setting up support, I was there setting up intel, whatever I had, and calling in favors and strikes by the air. And even in this op, after I mentioned it a million times, I still didn't hear enough lateral communication between squad leaders. I still had to move a lot of squads on my own. So yeah, I honestly don't know what to say for the last part. 3/4 of the op were okay, and then that happened. So I don't know what to say, but you had all the tools to succeed, and at that point, I cannot nor I will micromanage each and every squad leader and element. Next.
Okay, I guess this is Alpha. Well, the entire op went quite well, except for the last part. Nothing really to say about the rest. Sorry for, I guess, Charlie, whoever was coming in at the last resource point. You were coming in with the BMP from the north. Some of my guys were actually engaging a hostile that actually walked like 50 meters to your north, and then they thought you guys were hostiles as well, since he just kind of walked right through you. So that was a bit friendly fire, but I guess no one was hit. Can I get confirmation on that?
You all hit me.
Okay,
and
very
nearly
cool.
killed me.
Don't worry, you do, man. Okay, so the rest, when we hold fire, you took fire from the hostile that actually walked past you, and that's that. At the last point, yes, Alpha did hear that we were going to get mortar support, but then we just spotted all of the infantry trucks moving ahead of us, and then we just went with them, because all system with our part as well. And after we went over the bridge, I saw something blow up, didn't know what it was, but after I saw the second vehicle get SPGs into the face, in just desperation, I called, okay, just pull off the road to the right, but we got hit by the Carl Gustav. So yes, there's no really,
excuse me.
Well, can't really say anything about the last bridge crossing except it was complete shit. That's Alpha.